Hey folks, Rachana Ranade here, and I welcome you all to the budget special live stream of 2023. Okay, we are going to discuss about the budget, but I was just waiting for 2 3 extra minutes. I was actually waiting for one number which was not coming on my screen. And can you see this? I'm not sure if this is visible or not. Can you read this? I think you can. And it says 9 lakh subscribers on my Marathi channel. Yeah. And it just happened right now. You can see on my clock as well. It's 21:31 right now. So I was just waiting for this. I wanted to show this to you. So would love to thank everyone for your love and support. Um, today's day is really, really special. Parth says it's blurred, but 9,60,000 subscribers, is it? Kya baat hai, Parth? Toots. It is 9 lakh subscribers, 1 million soon. Absolutely, would love to see that on my Marathi channel as well. Um, the whole thought process was to make finance accessible in the language which anyone and everyone is comfortable with. And I mean, reaching that landmark, that too on the budget day, makes me feel much more special. No doubts on that. And I had just thought about launching some special thing which is really close to my heart, and I was really hoping that this happens on the budget day, and it did happen. So I would just want to quickly share this thing with you all. I'm sharing my screen for a minute, and then like in next 1 minute we would go to the budget thing, but super important. So if I just share my screen with you, can you see something? This is our new website. It's rachanaranade.in. And if you see here, the website is in Marathi. Of course, if you choose it, it can appear in English, but we have an option to get it in Marathi. So if you just scroll down, of course, there are some contents in English, some in Marathi, but mainly for those who want to get the exact details. So let's say if I'm talking about stock market category, stock market courses, prathamik abhyaskram, professional combo, whatever, we have a gift card option here on our website rachanaranade.in. So I've tried something new. This website has been uh, built by my team. So really excited for this. So anyone who is wanting to enroll for the regional language courses, this website doesn't have Marathi. I'm sorry, doesn't have English courses on this website. It's so if you remember, I had already talked about this, but my motive of Har Ghar Investor, which is inspired by our Prime Minister's vision of Har Ghar Tiranga. Uh, the logic of this website is that it should be a regional level focused website. So here you can choose the language, be it Kannada, Marathi, Tamil, or Telugu. So right now we have started with 4 languages, and super excited. And what better day to launch this website um, than crossing 900,000 followers on YouTube Marathi channel and launching the website, which is a regional website on the same day. Super excited for this, and thanks everyone for your love and support. So if you want, you can specifically use this coupon code ARAMB, and you can log in or you can enroll for any of our courses. This is a special coupon code, extra discount on this, but this is only applicable for my new website rachanaranade.in. Would at least request you all to visit the website, uh, look around the website and tell me your feedback. Would love to get your feedback as well, right? So thanks a lot once again. So before I move on with the budget highlights, would quickly want to welcome new members as well. There are so many new members. आरंभ तो वेबसाइट का हुआ है rachanaranade.in, but would also welcome all those members who have done their arambh in the process of learning. So Orange Fire Gaming, Sai Bhaskar, Aqua, Waterproofing Company. Okay. Super Tarun, Dhruv, Gopi, Pranjal, Sanjeev, Pradeep, Rajiv, um, Akmal, Mohit, Prem, who else? And Rakesh. Yes, welcome to memberships. Okay, fantastic. Telugu Adda is asking, what about Telugu? Telugu is there, na? कि नहीं है? Telugu is there. You can see it on the website. Okay. Chalo. So with that, let's get started. I'm going to quickly share my screen and I will tell you about the key highlights of this budget. But rather than me directly telling you some important points, first let us play some sort of quiz. Okay. Let me see if you know about some key points about the budget. So first, let me tell you today's budget was an interim budget. Okay. So what is an interim budget? This means that it's like a budget, it's like a stopgap arrangement till the final budget is presented. Okay. Final budget will be presented after the election results are out. Okay. So basically, in this budget, in the interim budget, big announcements cannot be made for the upcoming year. Reason being very simple. Ideally, big announcements will be executed by the new government. Okay. So whoever you feel will be you'll be will be coming into power, everyone has their own opinions, no doubts on that. But as of now, the government ideally is not allowed to make huge announcements because the execution can be questioned if the government doesn't come into power. Well, if you have seen the speech, Nirmala ji gave a very nice smile and she said that, she didn't say in the exact words, I don't remember the exact words, but she intended to say that, anyways, final budget, I'm only going to present. That's what she was intending to say. But anyways, coming back to our main point. So I hope you have understood what is interim budget. It's like a budget which provides for the incomes and expenses till the final budget. Okay, any specific incomes expenses, but this time not only these parts were taken care of, but I think a very good agenda was laid down, a very good roadmap was laid down. Some amazing acronyms were made by our finance minister, which amazed me. We got some new full forms of GDP today. We got a new full form for FDI today. I hope you saw the budget and got to know about the new full forms. If you did not, I'll definitely share that with you. But it's going to be. I mean, the announcements that were made actually made us feel proud about how we should look at the Amrit Kal. Because if we as stock market investors are investing in the market, it's very logical. Please understand this. Ideally, I believe that we should invest using a top down approach rather than a bottom up approach. In a top down approach, first you analyze the economy, then you analyze the industry, and then you analyze the company. If economy itself is not doing great, then there are very less chances that the company that you are investing in will do amazing. Okay. Now, first of all, we have to understand whether the economy is doing good or not. And for that, there are certain parameters. Okay. For example, you have to check the GDP. You have to check the fiscal deficit. You have to check fiscal deficit to GDP ratio. Just giving you 2, 3 important points. Okay. Now, if I'm talking about a government which is giving us a roadmap where they are saying that the fiscal deficit to GDP ratio is going to narrow down, is that going to be seen as a positive point for the economy or will that be seen as a negative point for the economy? I just want your quick answers. I'm going to give you some key data points because rather than me telling you the answers directly, I want you all to think. Okay, what do you feel if the fiscal deficit is narrowed down in the years to come? Will that be a positive sign for the economy or negative sign for the economy? Ranjit ji says positive, Pranav says positive, Vishal positive, Rajendra says positive, then Mozi says positive. Fantastic. Okay. I just want to take first 4 or 5 responses. Fatafat. Okay. Very nice. Everyone is actually giving answers positive, positive. Okay. Now we have to understand that when I say that Indian government is in a deficit, what does it actually mean is that we have to understand, right? Deficit basically happens when our expenses are higher than our incomes. Okay, amdani athani kharcha rupiya. If that is the sign where our expense is going to be higher than our income, that is where we say that we are in a fiscal deficit. Now, let me see if you can give me a correct answer. What is that item which is the highest contributing item to our expenses side? I'm repeating. which item contributes the highest to our expenses side? I'm saying that expenses minus incomes is what is going to give us. So our income minus expenses is equal to deficit is what we're going to get. Um, so I want you to tell me that which is that expenditure item which is the highest for India. Let me read out the answers for you. Whatever answers I'm getting a lot of answers though. Um, Gold, capex, subsidy, gas imports, interest, defense, oil, infra, capex, crude, imports, petroleum, infra, subsidies, crude oil, subsidy, okay, loan, okay, interest on loan, imports, iPhone, kahi, subsidies, transport, okay. Good, I got a lot of answers, and I feel good that people are at least thinking, okay. Expenditure ka, I'm going to give you the answer, okay, in just like next 1 or 2 minutes. So one is expenditure, and now I'm going to talk about receipts. See, I'm not using the word income. Now focus. I'm going to give the answer, but focus for 1 second. I am not using the word I'm not using the word income. I'm using the word receipt. That is inflow of money, which is that item which leads to highest receipt of money. I want an answer for this. Okay, if 100 rupees is what India is receiving in 1 year, because of what are we receiving highest money is my question. I hope my question is very clear. Okay, Parth says tax, Sairam says GST, Shambhu says GST, Yogi says GST, Ranjit ji says indirect taxes, GST. Again, I'm repeating, I'm not using the word income, I'm just using the word receipt. I receive money. Vivek says udhar. Okay, pulses. Vivek says loan. Okay. Anything else? Tax. GST again. Interest. Hmm. Okay. Fair enough. I got a lot of answers. Now, let me show you what is the correct answer. First, I'll tell you uh, where did, I mean, which document am I referring to? Because you should also be really sure that whatever document I'm showing you is definitely reliable or not. That is nothing but the document which our government has come up with. Okay, so I'll just share this. I hope it's absolutely visible. This has been presented by our government, so 100% reliable. Okay, now if you see here, rupee comes from and rupee goes to. Please don't be under this sweet belief that me and my team came up with such wonderful graphics in such a short span of time. No, this has been published by our government only. Okay, so zero credit to me for the wonderful graphics. What I'm trying to do is simplifying things for you. That's it. Okay, now if you see a rupee goes to is one title, and rupee comes from is one title. Okay, rupee comes from, that is why I use the word receipt and not income per se. And here rupee goes to is nothing but expenditure or money outflow. And if you see here, interest payments is 20%. Maximum outflow for us is interest payments, that is 20%. A very similar percent is state's share of taxes and duties. That's when the central government as good as reimburses the state governments. Okay, state's share of taxes and duties. See, this is not that big deal. Okay, finally, in Marathi we say tatatla vatit, vatitla tatat. Center is giving to the states only. Finally, it's staying in our country. Okay, interest payments, majority of this may go to outside India. Okay, so this is a pain, and if majority of this is where our spending is going, obviously, if I'm talking about receipts, logically, the highest receipt has to come from borrowings and other liabilities. Okay, so this is something painful. Now, if you are not sure on why is this happening, why is borrowing and other liabilities high, why do we have to actually borrow money? Quickly, you have to tell me, why do we need to borrow money? Any reason why India needs to borrow money? The answer is very simple. That's where we started actually. Exactly, because we have to present a deficit budget every time. If we are in deficit, we have, see, if our expenditure is 120 and if our income is 100, 20 rupees is nothing but our shortfall. And shortfall has to be, overcome. That, how to overcome the shortfall? Either we can print notes, okay, and overcome the shortfall, or we can borrow and overcome the shortfall. See, if I print more, it's not going to help, because that is going to increase the inflation in the economy, okay. But if I were to borrow, that would make a little bit more sense. But then the more I borrow, the more interest outflow is going to happen, okay. I hope you're understanding the logic as well. Now, original uh, fiscal deficit. So I hope you're with me till here. Okay. So the important point is that whatever money India spends, maximum money is spent on interest payments, and that is the reason why, to fill up the deficit, we have to take up loans. Now let's come to a very interesting point. Let's come to the income side now. I'm not talking about expenses. Now I'm talking about in. I'm not talking about receipts only. Now I'm talking about income. Okay. Now, who can tell me logically, okay, or if you know the data point, who can tell me, what do you think, would the government earn more money because of individual taxes, or would the government earn more money because of corporate taxes? I want an answer. I'm giving you only two options. Would the government earn more money because of individual taxes, taxpayers like you and me, or would the government earn more because of corporate taxes, companies paying direct tax? What do you feel? How will the government earn more? Maximum people are giving the answer corporate taxes. This year, it is individual taxes. Okay, you can read the document. Okay, you can absolutely read the document, but individual tax collection is more than the corporate tax collection. This is crazy data point. Okay, and I think a very very nice word which I read today. I know Pranav is like, oh my god, really? Yes, it is, right? Instead of using the word I pay tax, it's like swabhiman, some word I read today, swabhiman uh, tax or some swabhiman ka paisa मैं दे रहा हूँ मेरे देश के लिए. So it's a good, I mean, Pranav, wait. Let's not jump to conclusions. Okay, I understand there is pain. Even I am almost. I mean, I am in the highest tax slab. I have to be. I mean, everyone who is paying taxes right now is like, really, we are paying more taxes than the corporates. This is not done. That may be the overall vibe. Why I thought of touching on this is that I believe that once government starts earning more and more money, then automatically the individual taxation rates will be reduced. Okay. They have not done this in the interim budget. And I will tell you, those who are, I can see some people who are not happy in the comment section after getting this data point. But I'll tell you, ideally, taxes rate cut is something which is not to be done in an interim budget. I know Piyush Goyal ji, sorry, Chawla, Piyush Chawla is a cricketer. Sorry, tongue of slip हो गया, slip of tongue जैसे. Piyush ji had talked about some income tax related relief during the 2019 budget, but typically this is not done in interim budgets. Any big announcements, anything which is more populist, through which you can get more votes, okay, that is not to be done during interim budgets. And I'm happy that this was not taken up in the interim budget. Okay, when I listened to a lot of experts today, everyone was like, there are great chances that some relief will come for individuals as far as the direct taxes are concerned when in the final budget. Okay, so it's barely a wait of another 5 4 5 months. Okay, but after which it'll be fun. I'm sure some relief will come up for individual taxpayers as well. Okay, some people are asking me why GST rates were not slashed in the budget. Are GST rates are not decided here. GST rates are decided by the GST Council. One more value addition maybe. GST rates are decided by GST Council, not to be presented in the budget. Okay, so that is why doesn't make, I mean, that was not possible here only. Okay, so I hope this point is also absolutely clear on the income point as well and the expenditure point as well. But what I felt was there are some amazing numbers which can be definitely displayed. Uh, Acha, first of all, tell me. See, I think I'm going more into details, right? Would you want me to go into such details like receipts and expenses and which is going into the highest pie and why? Are you enjoying this smaller finer aspects, or do you want to just directly go ahead and these top 5 points, top 3 points khatam? क्या बात है, everyone, many many people are saying yes, 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 fantastic, chalo theek hai, okay, no worries, because I thought I should just ask first, then go a little bit more into details. Fantastic, everyone is like, go ahead, why not, kya baat hai. In the meantime, just in case, if you feel, you can smash the like button. 3,000 people watching live, and I can't even speak the number of likes. Please don't do that. Quickly smash the like button. Our stream has to go on trending tomorrow. Okay, so till then, let us quickly understand achievement of taxation reforms. And because more and more tax collected is equal to more and more chances that our fiscal deficit will come down and down and down. Lesser the fiscal deficit, stronger our economy is going to be, and stronger our economy is going to be, it is going to reflect in it is going to reflect in the stock market, and that is how people like you and me in the longer term are really going to benefit, right? So two three important points here. Number of return filers swelled 2.4x in the last 10 years. Direct tax collections more than tripled in last 10 years. Faster refunds. Average processing time of refunds from 93 days in 2013-14 to 10 days in 23-24. I'm sure those who file income tax, they might have actually experienced this. I at least have experienced this, where the refunds are like super fast. Absolutely within 10 days is what we get a refund. See, rise in the average monthly gross GST collection. Have a look at this. How much GST collection used to be, even if I'm talking about FY 2020-21, somewhere around 1 lakh crore rupees. From 1 lakh crore rupees to 1.2 lakh crore. See, by the way, lakh crore is nothing but trillion. Okay. To 1.2 trillion, to 1.5 trillion, to 1.7 trillion. That's the average monthly gross GST collection. Now, if you ask me, Rachna, what could be that one reason why GST collections could have gone up, why number of tax return filers could have gone up, why direct tax collection could have tripled in the last 10 years. I think one of the major reason is the digital economy. See, lesser and lesser cash economy is equal to more and more reporting of income, and more income is reported. GST, direct tax, all these things are going to come into picture. Okay, so if you see here, have a look at the rising volume of digital transactions. Superb, and more digital transactions keep on coming up. I think that is going to really help the economy as a whole. And I truly believe that if these things keep on happening, like corporate, of course, and absolutely, Rajesh, you're right. First with demonetization, followed by the pandemic, I think, where people were really afraid to go ahead with cash, I mean, physical cash. I think all these things really help to boost the digitization process as well. Aadhaar and PAN linking is also obviously uh, definitely playing a key role. Uh, if Indian, there are certain feasible, exactly. So someone is asking about the individual tax rates going down as well. Government has actually seen this, that if the rates are cut, I'm just coming to this point now, if rates are cut, actually government has seen that the tax collection is more. I'm repeating, government has seen this in the past, that whenever tax rates are cut, tax collection goes up more, because more and more people are actually willing to disclose their income and to pay taxes. So corporate taxation, everyone knows that it was brought down from 30% to almost 22%, 25%, with the cess and everything. In fact, those who came up with manufacturing plants, and there were some additional points as well, for them it was 15%, of course, for a few number of years. But with that, we saw an increase in the number of corporate taxpayers as well, and overall corporate collection increased. And I think same logic can be applied for individual taxation as well. And that is how individual uh, taxes rates especially may be slashed in the final budget. Okay, so with this, now let us go to some more key points of budget 2024. I think before I move on with few points, I think the points that I really loved, FDI. What an acronym by Nirmala ji today. FDI is everyone knows foreign direct investment, but Nirmala ji said instead of foreign direct investment, first develop India. That was the acronym that was used. I'm repeating, FDI is first develop India. And that actually talked about entering into bilateral agreements with a lot of countries, where the focus would be that if you develop us, if you develop India, if you bring in more and more technology in India, we are more than happy to partner with you. So I think fantastic move and fantastic way to present it. FDI, first develop India. And in that flow only, when the term GDP was used, she said GDP, gross domestic product, okay, but GDP, she said, we focus on G is governance, D is development, and P is performance. I think what a way to present the terminology of GDP. Governance is basically the way you run the country. If it is governed in a good way, I think और क्या चाहिए, right? So good governance, G. D, development. And in development also, one amazing term was used. In development, she said, we believe in reform, perform, and transform. Okay, again, amazing. If you want development, first you have to bring in reforms, then you'll have to actually perform, because just bringing reforms on paper doesn't make sense. You actually have to perform. You have to bring in those reforms from paper to actual implementation. And if that happens, then the third step happens, which is transform. And that is when we say true development takes place. So let me repeat it for the last time. I loved it. Development is equal to reform, perform, transform. And ultimate is performance. That's what she said. We believe in, if the performance is good, then country as a whole definitely goes way beyond, right? Chalo. So apart from these acronyms, what was the focus point? The focus point of this budget, I can say one of the key focus points of this budget was CARR. CARR. CA Rachana Ranade. No. Today, because Nirmala ji made a lot of acronyms, even I thought I should make some acronym. Why only Nirmala ji? So the CARR acronym made by yours truly, made by me, is C is capex, capital expenditure. A actually is CARR. A is anusandhan. If you heard about that, by the way, from Jai Jawan Jai Kisan, which was the slogan by our then Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri ji, to a slogan by our PM, ex-PM Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, who said Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Vigyan. And now to our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, he said Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Vigyan, Jai Anusandhan. Anusandhan is research and innovation. He said now the country which focuses more on research, which focuses more on innovation, is going to actually lead from the forefront, right? So A is Anusandhan, agriculture, Awas, and Ayushman Bharat. See, A is actually a lot more. Okay, Anusandhan, focus on research and innovation. Focus on A, agriculture, A, Awas, housing, and A, Ayushman Bharat, which is about health. R, focus on railways. And from railways, of course, tourism was one more focus point. And ultimate R was focus on renewables. Okay, so we'll just quickly try and cover about CARR. C basically was about capital expenditure focus. I hope everyone has read this, that the capital expenditure was increased. I don't know if it was about some shubh number, from 10 trillion last year as capex. The capex was increased to 11 I mean, was increased by 11.1% to 11 lakh 11,111 crores. Too much 1111. But yes, that is the new capex budget estimate for financial year 25. It is 11 lakh 11,1111 crore, or we can say it simply as 11.11 trillion. This amount would be 3.4% of GDP. This is the highest ever capex that has been put up in the budget till date. And obviously, more and more capex which any government does, that is going to create a ripple effect. Whenever you give freebies, that is revenue expenditure. Okay, 1 rupee spent is just going to give a 1 rupee benefit to someone, but 1 rupee given in capital expenditure is going to have a multiple effect on earnings of multiple people. So for example, if government says we are going to uh, we are going to come up with, what, let us say, new highways. You can imagine that the company which is getting this entire project, it is going to benefit. They'll employ more people. Then when the project starts, let us say cement companies will get this as a project, employees there will be benefited. Then actual worker, the work will start. There will be some additional hotels, this that coming on the roadside and whatnot. It just creates a ripple effect, it just creates a snowball effect. So always remember, if I compare a 1 rupee ka revenue expenditure versus 1 rupee ka capital expenditure, always importance will be given to 1 rupee capital expenditure. It will bring in much more inflows to the economy. So always better if government focuses more and more on capital expenditure, and that is what was done, increased by 11.1%. Second one, now let us focus on Anusandhan, Agri, Awas, and Ayushman Bharat. And for that, I would want to present my screen. I will just quickly open the presentation as well. We'll share some key points only. Fadafat will share the screen. Okay. Chalo. So if you see here, if it is about agriculture, government will promote private and public investment in the post-harvest activities, application of nano DAP. I think this is again one more important point, Atmanirbhar of oil seeds. If you have seen my video, I had done this almost year or 2 years ago, when I had talked about how we have to import edible oil from Indonesia and some other southeastern countries. And if we are talking so mustard oil seeds, okay, and sunflower oil seeds, whatever. So all these is does form a big chunk of our imports as well. And now if we are thinking about being Atmanirbhar in oil seeds as well, that is going to be a plus point. Points were also talked about increasing allocation for Blue Revolution and Micro Food Processing Enterprises scheme. Okay, so this was about agriculture ka A. If I also talk about one more point, I'll just go up. We did talk about tourism, was also one more point. Absolutely. But Awas, this is where I was heading to. So again, a very important point, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, Gramin, close to achieving target of 3 crore houses. This is a big number, and additional 2 crore targeted for the next 5 years. Simple. See, one housing again is going to have a rolling effect. Whenever I talk about a house, cement, bricks, paint, okay, all these styling companies, everyone is going to be benefited out of these. And I think if housing is taken care of, it's like one of the basic necessities that you are fulfilling for the citizens, and especially for the Grameen area, that's going to be a big boon. Housing for middle class scheme to be launched to promote middle class to buy or build their own houses. Even they have talked about increase in Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, and the increase budgeted estimate from 23-24 to 24-25 is increased from 79,590 crores to 80,671 crores. Okay, so we did talk about A as agriculture, we did talk about A as Awas, and we will now quickly talk about A as Ayushman Bharat, where they have also talked about encouraging cervical cancer vaccine for girls aged 9 to 14. Again, something very important, and has been taken care in the budget. Saksham Anganwadi and Poshan 2.0 to be expedited for improved nutrition delivery, early childhood care and development. Even health cover under Ayushman Bharat scheme to be extended to all ASHA, Anganwadi workers and helpers. So a lot of thought definitely has gone into all these things as well. While the key points were being discussed about what all things should be forming a part of budget. And of course, when I talk about Anusandhan, I just skipped out on that point. Whenever I'm talking about Anusandhan, I'll just again share my screen, because this one is not in the summary document. Anusandhan is, it's not in the summary document, it's in the main document. So I'll just quickly share that as well. Hmm, yes. Okay. Uh, R&D, innovation. I did talk about this Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Vigyan, and now Jai Anusandhan. What is this? This is crazy. To be really honest, when I heard this for the first time, I thought Nirmala ji must have said 15, and I heard 50 or what. But read this, for a tech savvy youth, this will be a golden era. A corpus of rupees 1 lakh crore, that is 1 trillion, will be established with a 50-year interest free loan. I thought it was 15. I'll be honest with you. Before I read this document, I thought it is 15, but it's a 50-year interest free loan. The corpus will be provided. The corpus will provide long-term financing or refinances with long tenors. This will encourage private sector to scale up research and innovation significantly in the sunrise domain. Kya baat hai? I mean, this is something which was really encouraging. Also, this point was encouraging, which talked about a new scheme will be launched for strengthening deep tech technology for defense purpose and expediting Atmanirbhar. Kya baat hai? I mean, really, really happy with this. Well, going back to one more point, was about the railways. Where did I read about the railways? I'm just going to quickly do Control F now, just to save on some time. Um, yes. So this was about railways implementation of 3 major railway corridor programs under PM Gati Shakti to improve logistics efficiency and to reduce cost. Also, there are a lot of, there was also one more announcement which was made. What was the number of bogies which was going to be translate into Vande Bharat? I'll just quickly search. Yes, 40,000, correct. 40 number was correct. 40,000 normal rail bogies will be converted into Vande Bharat standards to enhance safety, convenience, and comfort of passengers. Again, all these things are going to boost up the railway sector as well. Aviation sector ke liye some nice points were talked about. Number of airports have doubled to 149. See, rollout of air connectivity to tier 2, tier 3 under Udan. So, what all these things are definitely going to be a big boost, especially for what? Especially for our tourism sector, correct? I'm sure after the Ram Mandir big event, there are going to be a lot of foreign tourists as well who would want to at least come and visit once. And with that, just always think about this. Once a big location, let's call it as religious tourism, okay? If religious tourism gets a big boost, it's not only the temple where the donations are received, but more and more tourists coming in. Railways, they are going to earn, or airline companies are going to earn, hotels will earn, right from the localites who are living there, who will maybe sell flowers, who will start selling some small articles there, some souvenirs they'll start selling. All these small setups, chai wala will come up. Okay, all these small shops will start getting settled there, and this is going to create an employment generation opportunity and also self-employment generation opportunity to a lot of people. So you can just imagine, if we are talking only about one Ayodhya right now, if more and more religious uh, places get more attraction as tourist places also, and if religious tourism is also boosted in the country, I feel that this can definitely add up to the national income as well. And of course, more and more national income, deficit number is going to go down. right? Moving on to the last point, which is about the final R, which is renewables. Of course, focus was made on renewables, and wherein it was, of course, one more announcement which was made post the Ram Mandir Pran Pratishtha, when it was mentioned that 1 lakh households would be given solar rooftops. I'm sure you might have again read about that. With this, of course, there are going to be a lot of companies which are into these areas. Any company which is manufacturing the solar rooftops, or which is going to give loans in such areas, they are going to get benefited. Plus a lot of commitment to meet the net zero target by 2070 was talked about. Overall percentage increase in non-fossil fuel installed electricity capacity was talked about. So all in all, fantastic points which came up in the budget. And just for me to conclude my whole decision, my whole discussion on the budget, I think the forecasts that were talked about, which are the focus points of India, of new India, forecasts are really important. First is Garib Kalyan, second is Yuva, third is Annadata, Kisan, and fourth is Nari. That is what was said. And I think if all four are focused, I think it will lead to a 360 degrees uh, overall development. And a lot of things were, even if I'm talking about Yuva, and the mention of chess, mention of Asian games in the budget, I mean, uh, came up as a very nice comment during the budget. Even if I'm talking about Nari Shakti, uh, a point which was made was about 83 lakh self-help groups with 9 crore women. They were transforming the rural socio-economic landscape with empowerment, self-reliance. Uh, a point was mentioned about assisting nearly 1 crore women to become Lakpati Didis. So many points which talked about these four areas as well: Garib Kalyan, Yuva, Annadata, and Nari Shakti. Uh, Fantastic. I mean, if you ask me, really, really happy with the all round points that were covered during the budget. Uh, and I feel that only one point which everyone felt that should have come up, which is about the direct taxes relief. I believe that will be a part of the final budget. We'll wait for that. And I think the point that I was wanting to make at the beginning of our live stream would want to make it again. Why is budget important? Budget talks about a roadmap about the coming years. It talks about RE, it talks about BE. RE is nothing but a revised estimate. BE is the budget estimate. RE talks about current year, BE talks about the future year. Budget estimate is always made for the next year, 24-25. And be it fiscal deficit, be it the income level, be it expenditure level, all were shown in a better way. I think that this, if we are convinced about our economic growth, that is what will help us to stay in the market for a longer time. If we ourselves are not convinced about the economy, we'll feel that, "Arey, why today, I'll sell tomorrow." In fact, whenever there is a dip, you should be happy. You should have a list of stocks which you are going to buy, and that is what you have to be: stockaholic. Okay, don't be shopaholic, be stockaholics. Uh, if you should have a list of stocks which you feel the moment they come down, to it would be like a buy on dip market. Okay, so have a list of all stocks that you feel are fundamentally strong stock, and the moment you see that uh, there is a buying opportunity, invest, stay invested for 4 years, 5 years. I think uh, the point that was talked about as an amrit kal, I think this is here, and we are lucky that we can actually invest at such a bright stage in our Indian economy. We should make full use of that. We should take it to the fullest advantage. Help your friends also educate on how our roadmap to becoming a developed nation by 2047 is being laid down. We have been learning about India is a developing country since so many years, and finally, the roadmap to India being a developed country is being laid. So there are a lot of people who are, especially from who are not in touch with India and what's happening in India. They have their image about India, which is like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, or maybe 20 years ago, and they feel, "अरे इस country का कुछ नहीं हो सकता है." That is the image they carry. So I would request everyone that from the last 45 minutes, if you were able to take away at least three positive points, try and share these three positive points with your friends. Help them understand that yes, we are also trying our best to go from a developing nation to a developed nation. Okay. 45 minutes back to back budget explanation. Did you like it? Takes a lot of effort to read, to make it as concise as possible. I know 45 minutes was not concise. You can always question that. But if I want to put it in, if I want to explain it, I can read it in like 5 minutes also, in 7 minutes also. But if I want to explain it, that takes more time. And I hope you liked it as well. Great India, women shining everywhere. Nirmala there, Rachana here. Oh, thank you. Like. Many people are saying definitely like. Proud to be Indian. Kya baat hai, kya baat hai. Very nice. Fantastic. I don't think we should talk about Nifty levels today. Today, sit back, relax. As I mentioned, aram se. It is our market. Okay. Whatever happens, be focused on those sectors that I talked about today. Tomorrow, I will come up with a separate video. So I'll just make that more as a crisper version. Okay. Today, I was more into an explanation mode. Tomorrow, it will be like, dar, 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 dar. These are the sectors which were talked about. And if I'm talking about this sector, these are the stocks. Okay. I'm also going to talk about this one more time. Tomorrow, I'm going to come up with a separate video wherein I'm just going to be like reading it out. Fatafat say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh, these are like different sectors which were talked about in the budget, and these are the stocks which are related to this specific sector. So I hope you have understood this as well. uh, namaste Himanji and him. Oh my God, Naveen Prithvi. This is something. Naveen, man, kudos to you. Naveen has gifted 50 memberships. Naveen, this is the highest till date. I mean, people have gifted 5 memberships till date. That was the highest till date. Naveen, you have gifted 50 memberships. I think everyone should appreciate Naveen's effort to educate others. Uh, this is crazy, Naveen. Even I would want to send you a small voice message separately. Please drop your email ID at support@rachanaranade.com. I mean, really amazing. Uh, that shows how. See, I mean, I stopped super chat on our channel so that I wanted to be same with everyone. I told at that time that I'm going to lose out on income, and still I'm okay with that. I want to give attention to everyone, but I think uh, this is this is crazy. I mean, Naveen, fantastic. This is beyond my imagination. I must say that. Would request you to drop an email at support@rachanaranade.com. Would again want to send you a separate voice note as well. Kya baat hai, kya baat hai. Fantastic. Tashu has also gifted one membership. Thank you, Tashu. That I'm sure a lot of people are going to get benefited today. My God, reading out 15 names who are going to be benefited with this. Kya baat hai. Hemanji has also sent a super sticker saying thank you. Thank you, Hemanji. Means a lot. आपका नमस्ते रचना जी भी आया और आपका थैंक यू वाला क्यूट सुपर स्टिकर भी आया. Thanks a lot. It's going to be a big one reading out all the names. So please excuse me, Naveen. I will not read out 50 names, but thank you for that amazing gesture, and thank you Tashu as well for the amazing gesture. Um, yes, absolutely. Ranjit ji says, excellent, Tashu. More power to you. Absolutely fantastic, fantastic. Oh, all right. Any quick questions? I mean, I feel amazing. Discussed as I mentioned, right? Just talking about budget. These are the highlights you should know about. Tuck, 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 tuck. Rather than that, explaining that, the teacher inside me, I gets really excited. Started my day at almost 6:30 in the morning, but I'm really fresh right now. You know, because when it is about teaching a subject which is really close to my heart, just gives me more and more energy to keep on talking, right? So, and it's you all who come every Thursday without fail, to come and hear me during our Thursday live stream. So makes me feel much more energetic and feels amazing. क्या बात है ज्ञानेश्वर, धन्यवाद. ज्ञानेश्वर says first time understood budget very well. क्या बात है, thank you, thank you. Minakshi says, any budget stock? Minakshi, tomorrow I'm going to release a video wherein I'll talk about the sectors which were focused during the budget and stocks which are related to those sectors. So tomorrow you'll get that. Dhruv, stock of the month for the pro investor members. I've already disclosed the name, but the stock video will be released on the 5th. So everyone be sure on the 5th of every month, all pro investor members, 5th of every month, the stock of the month is released. Please check your library section if you have taken the membership from our website, or if you are a YouTube pro investor member, you should be able to get the video immediately. Amod says, is this the new beginning of new highs in the market? In the long run, yes. In the long run, absolutely yes. In the short term, typically I've seen that post budget or post election, we do see some profit booking. So be ready for some pullbacks also. It's not going to be one side up move. There will be some pullbacks for sure. Paytm down 20%. Yes, I read that. It's crazy. Lower circuit. Okay, I think no major questions per se. For you, success is mastermind alliance between you, your family members, and your team. This is Napoleon Hill success for me. Kya baat hai? Thank you, Ranjit ji. Okay. 7 lakh limit is about the new tax regime, about the basic exemption limit. Okay, only for new tax regime. Ma'am, this membership, I can't see stock of the month on website membership. It should be there in your library section. If you are not able to see that, please drop an email at techsupport@rachanaranade.com. TECH, tech support without a space, tech support at rachanaranade.com. My team should be able to help you out. Kya baat hai? Jay says, very lucky to be a part of your channel, ma'am. Thank you for such knowledge. Thank you. Your views on disinvestment. In fact, disinvestment target was not hit. Still okay. If revenues are high up, no need to disinvest. Okay. So typically disinvestment is like final hukum ka ekka. जब पैसा नहीं आ रहा है, when we are not getting money from taxes, that's when government has to generate income by one of the ways could be through disinvestment. Okay. And it's good for the government that they did not do a lot of disinvestment in the previous year as well, because the government stocks, they are on fire. They're just going up and up. I'm sure they'll realize much more value. So I think they are wanting to keep those stocks to themselves just to realize a better value, maybe. Okay. क्या बात है, मजा आ रहा है. Very happy. Join your learning family, ma'am. Learning from you is a blessing. Thank you. Thank you. Ma'am, what would be the stock of the month for YouTube membership? That is disclosed in the community tab section. Jubilant is giving me heart attack, ma'am. Should I exit holding since 3 years? Pizza kha ke mar jaunga stock price. Actually, Subir, it's performing really pathetically, I should say that. Used to be on my wish list for a long time, few years ago, but it's not performing well at all. Profits are not that great. Uh, of course, a part of my portfolio as well, one of the loss making stocks in my portfolio. Not happy with the results at all. If you feel, I always say this, please pay attention. I always say this: those who have limited capital, if you feel a stock, example like Jubilant, is not giving me good returns right now, I have limited money, and if I feel that this stock, let's say the point that I mentioned right now, okay, renewable, CARR, R was renewables also, okay. For you, it will be easier for you to remember now which sectors. CARR, C, capital expenditure, related sectors. A, we talked about agriculture, we talked about a few other points like Ayushman Bharat, the health sector basically. A, we talked about airports, aviation basically, okay. Then we talked about R as railways, R we talked about renewables. All these are sectors, देखो आराम से फटाफट याद हो गए, which are in focus in the budget, right? So if you feel that, just as an example, because many people are also talking about REC in the comment section, some were talking about IREDA, some were talking about PFC. Okay, so if I'm talking about our renewables, and if you feel I have limited capital, there could be a possibility that one should switch, book a loss in one, switch that money here and get better returns. That is a possible strategy if you have limited capital. Okay, no direct sell call, no direct buy call given. This is just a thought process that I'm telling you. Okay. All right. If I got teacher like you in my school and college days, I would be in a better position than now I am today. Are it's never too late. Never too late. Okay, you can gain more and more knowledge even from today and invest in a better way. क्या बात है. गणेश सिंह आपके एक्सप्लेनेशन का ही वेट कर रहा था जब से बजट खत्म हुआ. आज तो मुझे नींद बड़ी अच्छी आएगी. शायद नींद आएगी नहीं जल्दी से बिकॉज आई विल बी इन दीज थॉट्स कि अरे आई एम हैप्पी आई वाज एबल टू add some more knowledge. I keep on thinking about, our Thursday live streams. Hmm? Everything has right time. Absolutely, Ranjit ji. Chalo, kya baat hai? Maza aa gaya. I hope everyone enjoyed today's live stream. Almost 1 hour since I'm talking. And just for those who came late, would also quickly want to share one happiness with you. Today, my Marathi channel hit 9 lakh subscribers, and it's a very happy moment for me. And on that note, I'm launching my new website, www.rachanaranade.in. So instead of .com, it's .in. No other changes. And that website is, mainly focused on regional level languages, or regional languages, I can say. Marathi, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Hindi, we are coming up this year only, but not available right now. So very happy. Please do visit our website and do give me your feedback as well. Okay. Parth is saying, ma'am, please do not to break the tradition of Thursday live stream by not discussing Nifty level. इतना क्यों ये कर नहीं. In fact, it's nothing special. In fact, I will say chill, thoda sa, let things settle down. Okay. Yesterday we had US ka Fed meeting, and if you have seen, US saw a crazy fall yesterday. Okay, not great for US. So that is one news. I think the jobs data is also going to come up tomorrow for US. This budget, the weekly expiry, so many things. So it's okay. Don't be in a hurry. I think 1 or 2 days, chill, relax. Next Thursday we will discuss. Okay, and I'll see you on the next Thursday. I hope you enjoyed today's superpower session on budget. Don't forget to watch tomorrow's video as well, wherein I'll discuss about sectors and stocks specifically. I hope you enjoyed this one. Till then, take care. Jai Hind and bye bye.